Welcome back. It's time for the Roundtable, and this week there were some far bigger topics being tackled in the news than just whether or not consumers will buy an Apple Watch. We found ourselves this week confronting race relations in a way few of us expected in the year 2015. And the implications are being felt far beyond Ferguson, Missouri, Norman, Oklahoma, and Madison, Wisconsin. Now race is again a topic in schools, homes, and the workplace. Here to tackle that topic and much more, we brought back our block of power women. The Washington Business Journal's Jennifer Nycz-Conner, Gilbert LLP founding partner Rachel Kronowitz, and Rosie Allen Herring, president and CEO of United Way of the National Capital Area. Ladies, thanks for joining us for the Roundtable. First, let's talk about maternity leave, because that was a story I did this week that seemed to get a lot of attention for a company not even based here in the U.S., Vodafone, a global giant that said from now on, every woman that works for them in every part of the world will get not only 16 weeks of paid maternity leave, but when they come back to work, 6 months of 30-hour work weeks at full pay. Jennifer Nycz-Conner, realistic in today's day and age?
It's tough to do. I mean, especially the 30 hours when you come back. I mean, lots of people talk about trying to go part-time, but one of the biggest trouble spots, I think, when you come back is for a long time you feel like a failure at home and at work because you feel like you're not giving 100% either which way. So that'll be an interesting thing to see how that plays out.
Rachel, you're a boss and you have to advise other people who run companies. From the boss's perspective, it's a great idea, but someone's got to pay for it. Good idea, bad idea, unrealistic?
I think it's very realistic, and I think it's something that can work. You have to plan for it. In the business in Washington, D.C., in the legal business, it's very competitive. And for us, we have to offer competitive maternity leave. We have to offer opportunities to work in non-traditional ways, but you have to plan for it, and both sides have to be willing to work at it and make it work for clients and for the firm.
Rosie, you're a working mom and the boss of a big organization. I have to say, and this is no indictment of my bosses because it was a union issue, I didn't get 1 day of paid maternity leave. I took out loans every time I went on maternity leave. And our HR advisor said to me, maybe you don't take the full 12 weeks. And I said to her, I am exhausted being pregnant, much less having a newborn. I need the 12 weeks if you want me to come back and be able to function in the workplace. And even then I came back exhausted. But it leaves it to somebody else to have to do the work. Is this fair? What about the people who aren't getting maternity leave? Someone's going to have to absorb the work in the workplace.
Well, I mean, I think it's one of those things, well, it is fair because, one, only women can have babies, although men do participate. And
there are some companies that give good paternity leave. I know the Washington Post and some others.
There are a lot of organizations that are now recognize that. But I think it's fair when you look at, again, being competitive for talent, and when you look at really those people who are doing, I think, yeoman's work, you probably find that not only are you a best place to work or your preferred employer, you're going to get probably more out of those individuals because they now know that you care about them as an individual and not just the work that they produce. And so I think it sets you apart.
Okay, so pretty easy roundtable, no disagreement there. We all agree, great idea, everyone offer it. Someone will pay for it, someone will do the work. A bigger topic we're not going to solve today, race in America. I am on the Board of Visitors at the University of Oklahoma's College of International Studies. I'm a Duke graduate, but I bleed Sooner red. I grew up there. My parents went there. The president of the university, David Boren, I worked for in the Senate. I was shocked by the OUSAE video that came out. I'm told I know young men who are in that fraternity. I'm told there are many outstanding young men in that fraternity, but I was shocked by what I saw. Rosie, let's state the obvious. You're African American. Were you shocked that that kind of song would be sung in 2015? And what does it mean for the workplace if that kind of racism, or at least that kind of ignorance, is out there?
Well, I was shocked. Because you would not think that in this day and age, given all that we've gone through, and just recently with commemorating the 50th anniversary of Selma, and
the
what
day
that
after President Obama's speech that was so great.
So I was very disappointed, very shocked that we have to continue to have this conversation. And as a person of color, as a person who is a member of a national sorority who really and truly prides itself on service, it really just takes away from all that the sororities and fraternities are here for, the camaraderie, the sisterhood, the fellowship, as well as the public service. And so to me, to have that conversation is such a distraction action, but to me also it is just so disappointing that we have to continue to do something that we know is innately so
Rachel,
right.
I have firsthand knowledge, so let me say, Oklahoma is not that kind of a state. OU is not that kind of a school. It is an outstanding school. I have lots of friends who are SAEs. It's not that kind of a fraternity, but it happened. What do? We have very little time, less than 30 seconds. What do?
We have to have conversations around dinner tables, in schools.
Absolutely.
My children actually went on a school-sponsored trip to Selma last weekend in order to be there, to go to Birmingham, go to the Civil Rights Museum, go to hear the president speak, see the Edmund Pettus Bridge. That's because the conversation's happening in their high school. I don't have children in college, but we have to talk about it. We can't pretend it's not happening.
Jennifer Nycz-Conner, we're out of time, so I'm going to say
Rachel
5
said.
seconds. Yeah.
What Rachel said. That's my answer.
And integrate more places. We're going to have to integrate more of the fraternities and sororities everywhere, but there are lots of outstanding African-American fraternities and sororities, so they don't always want to join. So we've got to find ways to integrate every place that we are so that people know people better.
Absolutely.
Okay.
As human beings.
Thank you both.
Absolutely.
Thank you all. Don't forget pop quiz in the next segment, so stay tuned.
you're
Stay
setting
tuned too. We got the pop quiz coming up.
Yeah.
And Rebecca, I have to give a plug. Who knew? Marissa Levin's part of Mentoring Monday, and even the PR executive here today, Julie Rosenthal, is part of it. So it's going to be a great program. But now I want to turn back to our roundtable with the pop quiz. Here it is. We always use this part of the show to tell people to reach out to us on social media. Rosie, you have a lot of ways to reach out on social media. Which one is the most effective for you at United Way? Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr? What do you use?
Definitely Twitter and Facebook.
Your two favorite. Rachel, your two favorite. Any of your favorites for work?
I'm a Luddite, but I use LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Jennifer Nycz-Conner, what's your favorite?
Twitter and LinkedIn.
Okay, so that's it. You passed the pop quiz. I have to say I've been becoming more and more addicted to Twitter lately, but a lot of people are still finding their way around that. Apparently Facebook still has the greatest reach. Well, whatever way it is that you use, we want you to reach out to us on social media and always join us right here every week for Washington Business Report.